So how do you get paid? Traditionally, how our agency options or operates is that our grantees will do the work and disperse the funds to their employees or any subcontractors, and then reimburse that expense. And Fanny went over this a little earlier, but we are pretty flexible about invoicing. It's either monthly or, anywhere in between monthly and quarterly. However, if you are having trouble with cash flow because you're a smaller organization, talk to your project manager. We do have an advance fund option. The process is a little bit different than that, but for that, you just need to make it really clear what that you have a cash flow issue and apply to be in that advanced funds program. It's not an extensive application. It's a very brief one. So I'll get started with our usual process. So one is to submit your invoice to get reimbursed quarterly to monthly. We use invoice and request for disbursement interchangeably. So by invoice, we mean that we want your request for disbursement, which we provide a template for. We want your progress report, and then we want your backup documentation, which is any invoices from subcontractors and receipts for any direct expenses like purchases that you make for materials and things like that. You will combine that into a single PDF. For your first invoice, I highly recommend that you submit that to your project manager for them to review. I think every grant awarding entity has their specific processes. And so if you're, having multiple fund source, I think it's a really great idea just to send it to your project manager and have them review it and catch any errors. And then send it to, once you get the go ahead, send it to invoices@scc.ca.gov and copy your project manager on that email. I seen a question, does the RFD include payroll expenses? For staff that are on your payroll, we have a page on the RFD where you fill out their position, time, and hours, but I'll get to that in the slides upcoming. So after you get your invoice approved, please mail a hard copy to the State Coastal Conservancy. So our address is here. It'll also be in the grantee manual. But I suggest, waiting until you get the go-ahead from your project manager, then printing that packet out and mailing it to us.
Erica, Erica Weber had a question if the RFD should include payroll expenses.
Yes, I think I answered that in that for any direct staff on your payroll, we have a second page on the RFD that where you will put their position, title, and hours. Is that, did I understand that question correctly?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Next slide.